All right, I want to introduce Ted Devine, and is there anyone else with him? Come on up, Ted. Oh, I'm supposed to read this. Hold on. Before he gets here, let me read the whole thing, Ted. I'm not really good at this yet. Ted Devine is the CEO of Insureon, the nation's leading online small business insurance agency. Prior to joining Insureon, Ted held several senior executive positions at Aon Corp, including president of Aon Risk Services, which boasts more than $5 billion in revenue, 28,000 employees worldwide, and the CEO of Aon Re. Before joining Aon, Ted spent 12 years as director of McKinsey & Company, helping improve the performance of Fortune 500 companies. I'm happy to introduce my friend, Ted Devine. Thanks, man.
You're the man.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to take a little bit of risk, if that's okay. Most of this is going to be live demos of some stuff back at the office, because I don't want to stand here and talk for 45 minutes. You'll be bored. And I know you guys are going to a Harley museum, and I'm not nearly as cool as that. So we're going to show you some of the tools that we use inside of our platform, and hopefully they're beneficial, and we can talk about what we believe is true versus what we think is BS and what's going on in InsurTech, if that works with you guys. You should ask questions. We live it every day. You'll see we run about a $300 million agency that we built over the last 6 years. So you'll start to see the lessons that we're learning inside of the space. Go ahead. So we're going to talk a little bit about, we don't believe that the agent's going to go away. I do panels. I try to do 3 or 4 over the course of the year. I don't like to do them too much because our competitors are typically sitting there. But we do not believe that the agent is going away by any stretch of imagination. I grew up as an agent. I sold life insurance when I was 21. I understand how to cold call, and I understand what you guys do every day. But we do believe that technology is going to radically change what you do and how you do it and how efficient you can be. So we're going to talk about some of those tools. Specifically, we're going to talk about the notion that the product is not the insurance product. It's actually your user experience. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that machine learning is here, and if you don't know what that is, you're going to learn it. And it's some of the stuff that Chip and his team talked about. We're going to talk a little bit about what the new technologies allow people to do, and then we're going to talk about this Google thing, which is real. We all live in Google's world. You just think you don't. So we're going to talk about all of those things right away. So here's our little firm. 3 years ago, we were the fastest growing insurance company in the United States. 2 years ago, we were the second fastest growing insurance company in the United States. We've been in the Inc. 500 the last 3 years. And this is what we are. We have 200,000 clients. We have 250,000 visitors every month. We run 3 main businesses. Our online business, which is about $100 million. We run a business where large brokerage firms and intermediaries can rent our platform in a white label way. So our clients there are ADP, Wells Fargo, Farmers Insurance, Intuit, this little software company, Willis, a brokerage firm, Marsh, a brokerage firm, all use our technology and our brokers to help them handle small commercial risks. And then we run a business which we call the Insurance Noodle that we're rebranding called Insureon Solutions, and we're going to build a cluster over the course of the next 2 to 3 years and hopefully end up with, probably, we're hoping 500 very strong cluster agents. Okay, so that's our little firm. Now you think I'm a jerk, so we're going to go to who I really am. So this is who I really am. I grew up in Madison, Wisconsin, moved to Kalamazoo, Michigan. I have 3 beautiful kids, a 19-year-old Taylor who goes to Indiana, 2 kids that play hockey. I coach hockey. My family's my life. Hockey is my second passion, and my third passion is our new puppy. She is all of 12 weeks old, and she runs around the office, and hopefully we manage her well. So while I like insurance, I like the family stuff a lot better. So we pride ourselves on being able to do that. Okay. Our NPS is 75%. If you know what that means, that's actually a pretty good statement. I think USAA's is 80, we're at 75. The industry average is in the 20s, so we're okay. Go ahead. All right, so first theme, and this is important. There's a great McKinsey article. I don't like my old firm particularly because they write a lot of BS, but they just wrote a really good article that you can Google around the product management in the tech sector, where the new CEOs are coming from. We have a San Francisco office. It's run by Jeff Summers, who grew up at Google and Amazon. At the end of the day, the big theme of that is the CEOs of the technology companies are coming from what's called a product management role. And a product management role is the end-to-end user experience, both the interface with the customer, who's calling the customer back, what products you are offering. And to do that, you actually have to start to understand a little bit about technology. So this is, and Chip has seen this, and the team, the first thing you see in our offices is a bunch of heat maps. Because as soon as you come to my site, I can know exactly where you're going, what you're doing, where you came from, how you came here, did you go to Facebook before, what other internet platforms have you gone to? Like, I know everything. And then what I'm trying to do is figure out how you're interacting with my website to maximize conversion. So in this case, red is good. That's where we want people to go. If the middle part where they start the application was not red, we'd have to change the UX. We run 8 A/B tests every day on the different sites. An A/B test is where you split the traffic, A and B, and you figure out champion, challenger, which website's going to be best. And we're constantly changing that in our San Francisco office, right? Got to understand that the product is not the insurance product. It's not D&O. It's not home. It's the user experience. In our office, we have 10 tech product managers. They're actually more stats guys because I'm a University of Chicago geek, kid that stood in the back of the room and just wanted to talk stats, afraid to talk to girls, love math, love stats, 10 people, all they do all day is look at this stuff to figure out how we get people through faster, better, stronger. Go ahead. Goes down to the zip code, into the county. This is the California heat map from yesterday. Go ahead. It goes to every single interaction. So in this screen, we knew for on the left, we sent out 3.48 emails to that client. On average, 90% were called back within the service standard, and conversion rate from our producer in the middle was 42% app to bind, quote to bind actually. Okay, go ahead. How we do that, first demo, hope this goes well, is everything is a puck in our world. It's a puck. It's a hockey puck. We try to put pucks in net. That's our theme constantly. Okay? If you don't know anything about hockey, it's hard to work for Insureon. Sorry. Sorry. There's a stick in my office. I play with the puppy, shoot it down the hall. It's freaking awesome. Just awesome. We have nets. If somebody's not performing, they have to be the goalie. Sorry. Head of HR is a goalie from Maryhurst, All-American. She's good with it. Okay. So here we go. We're going to try an application. So this is an Insureon site. My guys in the back are going to start to fill it out. Pick a product. Okay. Here we go. We're going to Chicago. We're going to see what just happened. Okay. That's a live screen in Chicago. Right now. No BS, no crap, no InsurTech this, world's changing, everything's changing, agents are dead. That's all crap. But this is what we do. So right now, somebody went on the site, it was Joe Nichols, my man. He got to the second page, that's a puck. I know, again, where he came from. We've cookied his machine. We're going to analyze why he didn't go through, why he stopped. Joe, hit that. Oh, is that the client you did? That's Trudy, that's our agency management system, and that's Doug's technology. That just happened in Chicago. I have 15 people, as Chip knows, that sit around all day and watch those screens. All they're doing is trying to make sure that the customer is satisfied, that they get the right product, that they get through the app all the time. We use chat bots, like they're describing, to make the chat experience better. That's really basic AI. But at the end of the day, that's what's happening. And that's the world you're going to start to have to compete against, because we're not the only ones. Go ahead. By the way, you saw the puck move? That's why you know it's not BS. Did you see the puck move? Yeah. Okay, was the puck moving? That meant somebody was going through the app right then in Chicago live. Okay, all right, here we go. Second theme, machine learning. My chairman of my board is the chairman of the largest hedge fund in the world. That is really kind of a pain in the ass, okay? Because he's really freaking smart, okay? So I try to be smart, and then he crushes me like a grape, okay? So something that's been going on. So running the largest hedge fund in the world, you would think that that's all about statisticians, right? That's what revolutionized the traders in Chicago, sent them all back home because it all became computers and trading and statisticians. In his firm, which is, again, is the largest hedge fund in the world, they're getting rid of half of the statisticians. Why? Why are they going to get rid of half the statisticians? The machine can do it. I can code a machine to do that. Why do I need them? Why? Get rid of them. Okay? So the pedestrian, you know, so AI is beating Watson. Okay, that's kind of, I had to do that because I'm old. I'm the oldest person in the office by about 10 years. Okay, the real thing is AI beat Go. So there are more moves in Go than there are atoms in the universe. It's impossible to game Go. Impossible. Like super freaking hard. My 13-year-old beats the shit on me in this game. Okay? Like I keep on trying to learn it. I need a bot. Anyway, it beat Go. Like, whoa, you got to be kidding me. All right. So if you're going to be at the leading edge of this stuff, you got to do some AI. So we're going to show you what we do. Keep on going. Because if you think about artificial intelligence inside of the insurance space, think about all the data. By the way, these are just, we have, again, Chip and the team have been to Chicago. We have 50 flat screens around the office. Everyone has a scoreboard. Bottom left is production. That's Google Analytics, pretty basic. That's app fall off. That's chat. That's technology effectiveness. Okay? 50 of them. Think about all the data that's going through your office every single day. A lot of that can be automated and analyzed through some form of machine learning. Okay? Here we go. I think we're going to try it again. Go ahead. We're going to do this. Did we do the first one? Was it a little scary? It was a little scary. Okay, we're going to try one. Okay, so where we started to do machine learning, oh, I got to pick up the phone because we got to call Chicago, right? Because otherwise I'd be BSing you, right? I'd be lying. Okay, well, let's pick up Chicago and call. I'm going to call Kevin. Is that cool? And we're going to see if we can do some machine learning. All right? So what you're going to see is I'm going to call one of my producers. You're going to see on one screen the machine learning screen. You're going to see the transcription of the call. And you're going to see our agency management system called Trudy. And I have to get my script or I'll forget what to say. So I got to use this. Okay? Here we go. Where is redial? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Hey, Kevin, it's Ted. Can you hear me?
Hey, Ted, yes, I can hear you.
Are you in? Hey, Kevin, are you a bot or are you in Chicago?
I'm a living human being here in Chicago.
Okay, okay. How about it? First step of the process. All right, let's do a little machine learning. Okay. Kevin, go ahead.
Hi, yes, Ted, how are you today?
I'm good, Kevin. Hey, this is Ted Devine with Devine Accounting. I'm calling in regards to business insurance application I applied for.
Okay, great, thanks. How can I help you today?
Yes, I'm calling to follow up on the quotes you sent me after I filled out my application.
Yes, and I see you applied for E&O and cyber liability policy, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, great. Well, before we jump into the policy details, let's just get to exactly what you're looking for and what's most important to you in getting this coverage. Are you looking for best price, best coverage, best value, or is this for a contract that you have?
Sure, absolutely. We need this insurance so that we are compliant with a contract we just signed. We recently won a bid to do the accounting for a middle market law firm, and they require us to have certain insurance policies in place. So we need to get the E&O and cyber policies to meet their requirements.
Great. Congrats on the new business. I'm happy to help you out with that. And just to give you some background on me, I actually head our professions desk here at Insureon, and I specialize in insuring accounting firms like yours. So I have expertise in writing these policies to to deal with compliance. So don't worry, you're in good hands.
Fantastic. That's what I was hoping to hear. I'm an accountant, so I don't know insurance too well, so I need an expert to help me out.
Absolutely. And what is great about Insureon is we're heavily invested in our technology platform, and as a result, it will go out to marketplace for the top carriers in the industry and come back with the best policy that meets your contractual requirements in a timely fashion.
Well, that's good because I actually just signed the contract yesterday, and it says I have 7 days to provide a certificate of insurance as proof, so I have to hurry.
Well, we'll get this turned around and taken care of for you right away.
Great. That's a real relief to me.
So here's what I'm going to do. I know the best markets for writing accounting practices, so I'm going to go to market for you, get a few different options that match your contractual requirements, get them back to you by end of day today. Assuming I meet all of your criteria, would you be looking to get a policy in place today?
Yes, absolutely. I'd be ready to sign today. I just want to get this taken care of so I can get back to running my business and prepare for this big deal.
Great. I'm going to email you with the instructions on how to bind. In the meantime, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know, and if you want to send over your workers' compensation, general liability, and property policies that you already have, I can review them to make sure that we can't get you a better deal on your renewals come next year.
Sure, I can send those over. I'm always looking for a good deal.
Fantastic. Is there anything else I can help you with at this time?
Nope, this has been super helpful, Kevin. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, did you see it? Okay. All right, was it live? Was it fake? Okay. So here's what's cool. All right? I hate standing on stage. I get bored. It's boring. Okay. Okay. So you saw that he said he wanted can you hear me? Okay. He said he wanted compliance for a certificate, right? That's one of the 4 segments we focus on. Value, price, compliance. See compliance? How did we do that? Did Kevin do that? Or did the machine do that? The machine did that. Okay, wow, that's cool. Do you see those 4 steps? Buyer value, value proposition, trial close. Okay? Is the transcription still going? You guys got to take that down? Sorry. So those are the steps of the process that are going through. He's tracking every step based on the words they say. So he knows when to trial close and when not to trial close. Understand? Okay. You can take it down now. To the right's our Trudy system. Okay. So we wanted to do AI in the place that we think is the most important for our 75 agents in the office, which is the sale. By the way, you'll see that he created a social contract, which it turns out is the most important thing in sales. He was doing that by saying, are you ready? If I do this for you, are you ready? Right? You know that. But our new agents don't know that when they're 22 coming from Illinois State. What's the best way to train them? Right? Teach them. Show them, did they do it? By the way, it's all digitized. It's data. So I'm not like listening on a headphone. When we started insuring, I'd listen in a headphone, listen and try to go do coaching after the fact. Bad idea. Because they just go back to their old way. But if I have the data in front of them, I go, hey, dude, right here, need the trial close. Need the trial close. By the way, I'm going back to the booth, and I'm going to see the data come in on every call. By the way, it turns out this is like really freaky hard to do. But go ahead. This is where it can also be applied. Right? All emails, all triggered emails, which have words on them that drive conversion, should be driven by an algorithm. All of them. Why would you just write an email? We use 400 stock emails in our system to try to make it efficient. We have an Outlook interface into the AMS system. Boom, 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 boom. Agents don't write emails. Boom, 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 boom. But I should use an AI engine behind to try to figure out what drives conversion constantly. Change the word, right? That's a place. Service. By year end, 70% of my service transactions will be handled by a bot. Hear what I said? Lemonade, it's 100%. Somebody requests a cert, why do I talk to them? Take them to a platform on the site, have the site tell them what they need to do, right? have my account managers try to sell stuff, which is important, that drives revenue. By the way, I can program a bot. It's not that hard. Okay? So cert requests, even renewal information. If you think about Wealthfront, does anybody know that site where you go through and you do asset allocation and it tells you what to do? You never talk to anybody. The algorithm tells you what you should buy. By the way, it's way better than your broker. Like, way better. If you use a broker, bad idea. Use the bot. Okay? Have the people do the stuff that's complicated. The advice, the stuff that you do, where it's an important client where you're selling. Okay? And my favorite that we're going to get to someday, which is application effectiveness. I'm going to use a machine, nobody's done this, to actually figure out constantly, rather than that A/B test, use a machine learning algorithm to change the application all the time. Okay? That'd be pretty good, right? Okay. Next. All right, this is the most important and most boring part of the presentation. I'm sorry, but we can't do it live because it's the technology. Okay. Who uses Applied? Who uses Vertafore? Oh, Applied's the winner. Okay. I run my own agency management system called Trudy. It's a cartoon. Okay, Trudy's $5 million of .NET code. I just said something. Okay? And it has interfaces to most of the carriers. A lot of the carriers have their underwriting rules inside of Trudy. It's the only end-to-end system that can do quote to bind in a second. Is that something? Underwriting rules for carrier embedded in the system. I have what's called a quote stream and a bind stream coded. My people can bind a policy like that if the carrier has good technology. Don't have to go out, don't have to ever go into a carrier system. Okay, is that okay? Yeah. Okay. All right, that's not good enough. That's boring. We did that 5 years ago. Okay, so it turns out that who uses Netflix? I love Netflix. Okay. And then this little company called Amazon, which if you don't own Amazon stock, you got to think about it. All right. Okay. What Netflix and Amazon did 5 years ago is they came up with an architectural, see, I love this shit. It's just so cool. They came up with an architectural way to do the software, which is called microservices cells. Okay? Microservices cells. So instead of using three-tier architecture, front end, middle end, data layer, so you have to release, how many times does Applied release a year with a new package? 4, 5, 6? How many? 2? 2? Okay. We release every day. 50 tickets. But see, you don't believe me, so I'm going to show you. Okay. So the reason we can do that, see these green things? These green things are microservices cells. Okay? The code, our agency management system, is broken into 200 cells. So why is that important? Tell me why that's important. Got to be organized. Why else is that important, young man?
Because you never were able to count to 201.
That's good. Here's why it's important. If I have to test the whole code base, does it take time? Yeah, they take time, right? I got to do this shit called regression testing, smoke testing, QA department. We used to release every 5 weeks. Boring. Okay, break the code apart. So now, if I make a change in a cell, all I have to do is test the cell and the interactions around the cell. Does that sound better? Sound faster? Okay. So those are the Atom cells. Right now on my system, I can see from my conference room that screen. See red? Red's bad. Red's bad. I walk out and go, hey, what's red? Don't worry about it, Ted. It's okay. Okay, walk back to my office. Everything's good. Okay, so I'm going to show you how this works. So go down. This is our time to quote, 8 minutes. I don't know if that's fast for you guys. Go ahead, next one. We're going to do a video. They won't let me do live into the code base. Sorry. CTO said, sorry. So we took a video last night. We're going to show it. We're going to change a Hartford underwriting rule. We're going to see it. We're going to see the screen's green. We're going to change the rule. It's going to go orange. We're going to change it back. It's going to go green. Think that'd be good? Okay, here we go. Green. This is Lopez, my man. He's huge. Don't screw with Lopez, bodybuilder. He's also a great engineer, coder. So he's on the screen. He's about to change a Hartford alert. I love code. So cool. So he's going to type it. There's a frog. Okay, so he's making a change. Boom, right here. Get, which is when we check the code into the production environment live. He's in live, man. It's prod. It's not test. It's not dev. He's in prod. That means it's live. Hartford Workers' Comp alert. See what it says? He's going to push it. Here we go. He's pushing the code. Orange and red. Ruh-roh. Now, this is so cool. He's compiling the code. This is live. This is last night. Compiling the code. He's going to do automated testing on the code in the cell and the interactions. He's going to deploy the code. Here we go. Boom! Love that shit. Love Lopez. Love him. You have no idea how much I love Lopez. Okay. So my guys used to, on a Saturday night every 5 weeks, including me, because I got to be there, including Nichols in the back, who's a stud too, at 8 o'clock on Saturday, we had to spend 6 hours every 5 weeks releasing 600 tickets into the code base. The IT guys now do it at 8 o'clock. It takes 25 minutes, all the testing, but basically complex functional testing is done by bots. All of it. That's pretty good. Okay? So if I want to add a product, right now we're adding a tech E&O product, we're adding a mental health therapist product that we're making ourselves. We have on our product roadmap, I think there's 300 tickets in backlog. Those will be done in 2 weeks. Then my product managers come up with more products, right? Make our able to sell more stuff. No backlog. Release, 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 release. Okay? All right, last one. This Google thing is crazy. Crazy. Did you know there's 1,000,004 searches? I think that's the number, right? For small commercial insurance monthly. We get 250,000. By the way, Trusted Choice is awesome. They're a good competitor. They scare us a little bit. We got to work harder, Chip. Okay, so it's good. They're good. Trusted Choice is good. But 1,000,004 searches a month for small commercial insurance. By the way, there's only like 330 million small commercial insurance people in the United States, so that must mean, is that, I'm kind of a math guy. Is 1 times 12? Yeah, okay, it is. So that means that 12 out of 30 are searching every year. You got to be in Google. So you got to know what you're doing. That's why you got to have a guy like Andre. Andre's sitting in the back. Andre works for us. Andre worked at the firm called Capital One. I heard Capital One was good at this Google thing. So you got to get an Andre. If you don't have an Andre, what are you doing? Okay, I got an Andre. He grew up at McKinsey too, in Moscow. How freaking smart do you have to be a statistician in Moscow at McKinsey? Going to work at Capital One. I just said, hire him. I didn't even interview him. Like, hire him. He's going to be super smart. Okay. So every single day, Andre bids on 400,000 words. Did you know there were 400,000 words related to commercial insurance in the United States? Do you know that janitor insurance in Alabama is a word? I didn't know that's a word. No disrespect to Alabama, Roll Tide. I'm just saying it's a word. And you can bid on it. And it has a binomial distribution like that. And spot 4 is cheaper than spot 1, but spot 4 might have the higher return, and you better know that because my Andre does. By the way, we've been doing it for 5 years. Every day. Every day. How good is our data set? Okay, my favorite story about insurance carrier. Walked in. Went to see Andre. I said, 400,000 words. We're bidding every day. 3 or 4 times a day. It's a trading floor, baby. He's looking at me like I'm a freak. Turns to me and says, what do you do when Andre goes home? It's the internet, baby. We got a bot. Internet's open at 11. We're going to change the algorithm. If Geico overbids us from 1 to 2, we got to do an ROI calculation to figure out if we're going to rebid over him. I don't need Andre there. He's already programmed it. Okay, make sense? Okay, go ahead. And this is why it's so important. Because how Google works is it works not at the word, it works all the way down at these tiers. Does that make sense? You know why Google does that? Anybody know? Anybody want to guess? Why does Google do that? Money. They can sell more stuff. Right? That's why they don't tell you the algorithm. It's why it's a blind auction. If they told us the price for every word, we could bid the price down and take out the margin. They don't tell you the price. So you're constantly overbidding. Because we all live in Google's world. You just don't know. Okay? So we have word groups. Go ahead. And then you have to have SEO. So Andre leads a team of 10 writers. 10. I have 10 writers? 10? Can you imagine? 10? It's led by Brenna. She's a Second City comedian. She doesn't know anything about insurance. She doesn't need to know anything about it. Brenna writes something like 1 million words a year. Is that a lot? I don't know if that's a lot. It seems like a lot to me. It seems like she should be tired. Okay? But that's what you got to do if you want to play in Google's world. Right? And by the way, is this Google thing going down or up? Down? Who wants to bet down? Let's bet down. Who wants to bet that Google interactions over the next 5 years are going down? Who wants to bet up? Got to have Andre and Brenna. 400,000 words. Right? Okay? All right. And it's going to get more and more important. Right? If the net neutrality thing goes through and they revoke, this is like important, and Verizon can sell all that data, holy schmoly. I mean, like crazy. Because, like, we do a lot of Facebook remessaging and Facebook Messenger into commerce, because that's kind of where Facebook is headed, right? So anybody use Facebook Messenger? Okay? So that's going to be their commerce platform to be able to sell stuff off of that. I don't really know how it works, but I got my guy Andre and Jeff in San Francisco. They tell me these things. Okay. But Facebook only knows your interactions at Facebook, right? Why would Google tell them? Why would Amazon tell them? Why would Geico tell them? Who has all that data, young man? Who has all that data? Who has all that data? Right over here. Who has all that data? The government. They have everything. The ISPs. Verizon. Any broadband provider. They know where you go everywhere besides the government. If they can sell that data now, that's going to be good. Because now I know all the sites, not just Facebook. Would that be good? Not good for general Q public. Good for me. Right? Okay. So that's the world. This time next year, hopefully we'll have 70% of our service interactions using a machine learning model. We'll be using machine learning on sales, not to get rid of our agents, but to make them smarter, to show them where they are in the buying process, tell them the next logical thing to say. That's what we were doing with Kevin. Hopefully we'll have, we already have, if you do markets products, we already have, call it, 4,000 solutions. Hopefully we'll have another 1,000 solutions through the Amazon Web Services platform. There's 1,170 SIC codes in the United States, right? There's 4 main products in commercial, 4,000 cells. I need to cover 4,000 cells with 3 products real time. That's our goal. We're 2/3 there. Amazon will put us over the top. Okay? So that's all I got. Hope you guys have fun at Harley, and it was really nice meeting y'all. Take care.